/Sonnie to get started.
Now, let's get back to the swagger. Did she say that? Here again is Sonnie Johnson.
Okay, I want to start this segment off with a little quotation. Javonni, you there?
Yes, I am.
Can you please tell me who this quote comes from, okay?
Okay.
I get tired of black people telling me I'm not down with the struggle. First of all, bitch, I'm not struggling. So let's get that straight. And don't tell me what I'm supposed to do as a black person. No manual came out of my mother's vagina attached to my umbilical cord, okay? Name that quote. Who quoted?
You found the reason why I was late to the show today.
I laughed so hard.
I was like, Sonnie is going to see this. I've got to stop it.
I laughed so hard. I said, oh, yes, I'm looking forward to chat with Javonni today because that's the kind of mood he in. Yay.
I'm sick of being told what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, I guess you told him. All right, so what we got this week, bro?
All right. When Hillary announced her run for president, we all knew who was going to be running things. Her husband, the philanderer-in-chief, Bill Clinton. We knew that she was just going to usher him in back in the White House so she could sit back on her cankles while Bill does closed-door intern interviews all day. But that was supposed to be kept a secret. Now, what she did do was announce appointing Bill as her economic czar, tasked with fixing the economy. But isn't that her job? Is she seriously going to show her hand that easily? Donald Trump said Hillary's no fool. She just wants to give him a job so she can keep an eye on him. Sonnie, are you ready for Bill Clinton's third term in the White House?
Why she gotta have cankles though, man? Look, just change her campaign slogan to "I'm with him" and call it a day. And that's all I've been tweeting since she said that. Just say I'm with Bill. And this is what ticks me off about feminism, So as a feminist, you can't want to do something that pleases your man, because if you do something that pleases your man, then it somehow takes away from your femininity. Yet as a female, you can run for the highest office in the land, take the biggest responsibility, the biggest chunk of that office is the economy, give it to your husband, and then turn around and tell the world that there's a war on women. Bitch, you was just given a gift. You was just given all the fucking power, woman. Hear me roar. As soon as this bitch got it, she gave it to her husband.
She is the war on women, as far as I'm concerned, after doing that.
Is that not the case? And I'm trying to tell these young millennials, I'm trying to tell these young girls, the real war on women is making sure you don't have good men. That is the war on freaking women. Do not do what they say. Do what they do. Look at Hillary. She found her a powerful man. She latched her claws in, even when he was raping and pillaging through villages, taking women hostages. Okay, that was an over-exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying. She stood there. She stood there and just watched him do it, and then come out and say, but it's a war on women, and we need to help women. Bitch, the way you helped your womanhood was getting a husband. And so for all you millennials, do as she did, not what the fuck she say.
Sonnie, this is what gets me about this. She spent so much time talking about her record. And, hey, considering who that she's against, now Donald Trump is a very successful man, and he's been in business for decades and in the media for decades. But she does have the foreign policy experience, be it good or bad.
I still, Carly lied. Traveling is not the same as experience.
I mean, I'm just going to say, in the eyes of many in the public, that's how they see it. So I'm like, you keep talking up this experience. And again, to pass off one of your biggest responsibilities to your husband is egregiously lazy and shiftless. I just totally did not expect that. You should be going off of your record. So I'm not on her side, but that bothered me.
She doesn't have a record. She has to go off of his record because she does not have a record.
But that really bothered me. But you claim to be so experienced. That is what you need to be pushing. So that bothered me. I'm like, come on. I felt like throwing her a bone. You could do a little better than that. Like, I feel like joining a campaign to say, hey, roll up a newspaper and hit her, knock some sense into her. This is not what you're supposed to be doing.
I talked to one of my cousins, and he was talking about Hillary, and somehow he got on the emails. And he was like, you know what my real problem with her is? And I you know me, I'm biting my tongue because I don't talk politics with my family. He goes, what my real problem with it is the bitch can't even lie straight. And look, I was through. He was like, she can't even lie straight. Like, I expect a politician to lie to me, and the bitch can't even lie straight.
I say the same thing. I don't mind being lied to. Just make it a believable lie. I really don't mind it at all. I even told my mother about that once. Like, no. Butter me up before you go and make some shit up like that.
I'm going to get that conversation from my daughter before she's going to be like, Mom, just tell me a lie. Just tell me a lie. All right, that's enough, Hillary. My pantsuit itchy.
Fox News' Megyn Kelly just concluded her primetime interview to be the next Barbara Walters on the American Idol Fox this week. Using his own dwindling audience, The Daily Show's Trevor Noah described the interview as couples therapy, her interview with Donald Trump. I'm going to read part of what he had to say. So what the hell was it? This was sold as a bloodbath, but in the end, it just turned out to be one of those couples baths that only exist in, like, Cialis commercials. Now, I'm actually on Trevor's side with this one. I love Megyn. The woman can pack a mean 1-2 punch when she needs to, but see, she decided to meet with Donald Trump in Trump Tower, so by default, he had the upper hand here. And to be honest, he's really had the upper hand with the network for the majority of the campaign, as I see it. So he's really used to it. I think these two traded barbs so much that she was really afraid that if she said the wrong thing, she might have gotten escorted out by security. So I felt like it was kind of watered down. She seemed a little too timid compared to what she's capable of. What did you think of the interview, Sonnie?
I'll put it to you like this. I made a comparison a couple podcasts ago where I was talking about...
I know you did in private.
Well, I was talking basically about the similarities between Donald Trump and Beyoncé. Because I said both of them would look at each other and see money-making opportunities. And so both of them would work with each other for both of their sake. Yes, I know I did this on one of them. Both of them will work together for the sake of both of their brands. And this is something else that Trevor Noah said. It seemed like it was about the two brands and whether they could form a mutually beneficial partnership. Isn't that what he's doing with the Democrat Party right now? Making sure they're all aligned and they can have some beneficial partnership between the comedy cultural side and the political side, because he's damn sure not a conservative. He damn sure doesn't have anything nice to say about Republicans. So aren't you, in fact, doing what you claim Megyn Kelly did? So first and foremost, you're a fucking hypocrite. But secondary, this is what hip-hop beef is made off of. This is what hip-hop beef, when either you're talking about Jay-Z and Nas, I don't want to put in any other, I'll just stick with Jay-Z and Nas and use them as an example. You have two brands that go against each other for their mutual partnership, and then they go back to being friends. They go back to respecting each other after they've made the money. That's what you fucking do. The only thing I don't like about Megyn Kelly in this situation is that she tries to act like that's not her fucking purpose. She tries to act like she's just doing this shit to be a good journalist.
And she was saying that it's not about me. And I kept seeing that repeated several times over. This is not about me.
It was.
Tell the truth. And secondly, this is your primetime debut. So naturally, you're introducing yourself to this demographic. So it's supposed to be about you.
And if you don't have the nerve to take on Donald Trump, don't make him the subject of your debut on the big network. Make someone the subject that you would actually go after, claws raised, to make a good impression. If you knew you weren't going to do that with Donald Trump, he should have not been a part of it. But she did it for that mutually beneficial partnership. And she just needs to stop lying and say that that's what it is.
For someone who didn't watch it, you sure do know what was going on. Wow.
I do the scroll by on certain things. Like when I can't with Megyn Kelly because she handled herself, I think, the way that you should handle yourself, the way she should when Donald Trump attacked her. Matter of fact, I came out and was like, that's a boss. That's how you act like a boss. When you have a little boy coming after you, that's how you act. That's cool. I was good with that. But when you try to pretend like you're not making boss moves, then I got a problem with it. You know, you're making those moves. You got that book deal. You're trying to refinance with Fox. Get the fuck out of here.
And mind you, all of this happened as soon as they got into it. She immediately signed to a higher talent agency.
Her contract, right?
Yeah, and that happened literally like that month or right afterwards. You know, I mentioned it. This is publicized, so it's not a secret. The book deal was announced literally the day that she signed. So, yeah, the secret's out.
You know who's going to hate Megyn Kelly more than anybody else after all of this is done? The Never Trump crowd. Because she is the only one that's going to come out benefiting from what they've done. She is the only one that's going to come out. Look at all the other ones that came out and how they faded into irrelevancy. She will be the one that gets to stand. Megyn will benefit through that process, as Trevor Noah called the mutually beneficial partnership. So like I said, I'll give it to all millennials. Find you some people that you can get into mutually beneficial partnerships with. That's how you make money.
I just have to say that my take on what the interview looked like reminded me of what I mentioned before about Mark Lamont Hill and his show. I think that was on TV One about being very middle of the road, not offending anyone. And then when he actually gets on MSNBC, he's the attack dog. I mean, she was the complete opposite of what we're used to on Fox. She knows how to go in when she wants to. I just wish I had seen a little bit more of that for the interview. I like following people's careers, so I like seeing, I guess, that progression. This was the first episode. I will give this one, and I don't wish anyone bad. So I'm just hoping that for the next one she'll be a little better. And don't be afraid of Donald Trump. Come on. You want to make that the subject, then you go after your subject.
Then go after him. Yeah, exactly. But she ain't do that. So like I said, I leave. But like I said, she will benefit and she'll be the only Never Trumper that does. So good for their movement.
Sonnie, if you listen carefully, you can hear the sound of the nail in the coffin for Black Lives Matter. A leading activist of theirs, Charles Wade, was just arrested for alleged human sex trafficking. Apparently, he hired a 17-year-old for his prostitution ring in College Park, Maryland. Now, this should come as no surprise to anyone because, I mean, what type of job are you going to actually hold down when you're constantly burning shit down and demanding $15 an hour to miscount change and fuck up my morning coffee? Now, Charles was released on $25,000 bail, which is a lot of money for someone running around with a bullhorn. I guess while he was utilizing that bullhorn, he was apparently sticking his bullhorn in underage little girls. Now, since this was a topic, this was your idea, and you have a little girl of your own, I'm kind of afraid of what you have to say, but I am pretty sure you have your hellfire and damnation speech ready.
No, because look, I'm not the type, okay? So I came up with a lot of these girls, and I know this whole shit where you're like, oh, woman, because you're a woman, we got to stick together. No, some of you bitches are just trifling. And I'm not going to stick with you. So it gets, to me, these areas are great because there are women that actually search out these fucking men. They actually search them out and they look for them and they want to be a part of that pimping and hoeing world. And I am not going to be one that pretends that the shit doesn't happen. I'm not going to be one that pretends that I don't know these girls who do it willingly. And I'm not going to pretend that it instantly cuts on when they turn 18. No, those bitches start way younger than 18. Having said all of that, with Black Lives Matter and with this dude, here is what they really want. What they really want is a limited fucking government. They want to be able to do this shit without getting in trouble from the government. What they actually fucking want is a limited, low government presence in their life so they can go around, run around and be scumbags without getting caught by the law. That is what Black Lives Matter and a lot of these black activists want. What they don't understand is the cost of that is you can't be dependent on the government. Oh, I'm sorry. He understands it very fucking well. That's why he's pimping. He understands that if he doesn't have money in his motherfucking pocket, notice he's not dependent on the government for shit. He's going out and making it one way or another, even if he has to break the fucking law to do it.
That's why he had $25,000 to bail out.
To bail somebody out. Ask the average fucking American to just go pull $25,000 out to bail somebody out. Oh, fuck that. The 10% it takes to get a bail bondsman. To the normal average black family, say, go pull out $2,500 just so you can take the 10% to pay off the $25,000. And they couldn't fucking do it. They would have to like put up their house or fucking take their car to the payday loan people or some shit to pull that money out of their ass. And he pulls it out like that. All of that goes into this big fucking pot of them not knowing what the fuck they're mad at, nor do they know how to fucking solve the problem. Now, if you came over to, say, a limited government structure, if a female decides she wanted to be pimped, it's none of the government's fucking business. See how that works? But you can't ask for that while simultaneously asking for somebody to pay for your house and your food and your transport, every fucking thing you need for your daily fucking existence. You cannot have government dependency and liberty. So you got to make a fucking choice. And if this case doesn't open people's eyes to that, I know I could jump on him and really make him into a shitbag, but that's not the point. The point is you are mad that he got arrested. You come to a limited government structure, and when grown people do shit like that, it's not in the government's business. When a 17-year-old does it, though, it's just so hard for me because I know these girls. And you'll have people they'll be like, well, she's just 17. She doesn't know what. Dumb bitches can show 30-year-old women how to do some new shit. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop pretending. We cannot solve problems when we pretend that they don't exist. So when you look at a situation like this and all you can talk about is the male and his activity, she wasn't forced. She didn't say he made me do it. She did it on her own fucking volition.
Notice that the wording or the verbiage was that she was hired. Not forced, but hired willingly.
She did it on her own volition. So if there's a problem, that is where the problem starts. That is where the problem lies. And if we're going to fix the problem, that's where we have to start.
Sonnie, I stumbled over the word volition on here one time. I feel like you keep throwing it in my head, throwing it in my face to taunt me right now.
I didn't do that. That wasn't my intention.
I know, I'm just kidding. So if you look at his website, it mentions that his nonprofit or whatever it is, organization, was started from Ferguson. And so if you look at the pictures and whatnot, it just mentions, place and time Ferguson, and you just see bullhorns and sign-up sheets and crowds. And I was trying to figure out, what is it that you're actually doing? And again, like you said, you're angry and you don't know what you're angry at. Remember, the mayor of Ferguson was reelected or ran for office again, unopposed. All of this money that's been raised, all of this fire and everything, and you mean to tell me that no one actually thought of running a candidate for office? That goes to show that you don't care about what goes on.
Oh, help a hush. Help a hush. The name of his nonprofit was Help or Hush. So you can imagine him telling them girls, bitch, help me make some money or hush the fuck up. Go to the next one. We running short on time. Good conversation, though.
All righty. Now, I like this next story. I'm going to explain to you how a bank is supposed to make amends after realizing they messed up. See, I'm trying to work on my F-bomb quota here. See, last year, the Rush Card members experienced a service blackout during a transaction processing company migration where they were unable to make deposits or withdraw money. And it went on for like several days. Russell Simmons, the company's president, he took out what was supposed to originally be a $3 million settlement, and it eventually became $25 million. He's giving everybody $100 apiece. He said it was never about the money. He just wants to do what he feels is right. Beyond that, he said he's going to work in the community. How many major banks do you know after the recession that we've heard actually did community investment or some type of known charitable work? They just simply raise fees.
Can I start considering Uncle Rush a banker?
Can you consider him one?
Can I start considering Russell Simmons a banker?
I think so.
Oh, so is he part of the Wall Street crowd now? Today, it just feels like that hypocrisy day, doesn't it? Like every single one of these stories is about somebody doing some shit that they tell you not to do. So you have Uncle Rush who says, we don't care enough about the each other and giving back and this, that, and this is the man with the gold toilet in his house. You understand what I'm saying? Not a freaking gold fucking toilet in his house. He is now a banker where he charges you to send him your money, which he makes interest off. Your ass don't. Okay? So you send him your money so he can make money off of your money while your ass pay him for the right to do it.
And I thought I was excited today.
Who is the hustler? Hey, if that ain't a motherfucking hustle, hey, you black, you can trust me. Get the fuck out of here. They gonna talk about credit. Well, you should be able to use my Rush card and have it apply to your credit rating. Bitch, that ain't credit. That's their money to start with. It's like government taking taxes out of your money and then telling you, well, this is what I'm going to do with your money for your benefit, and you're going to, no, bitch, just let me keep my money.
No, but you're going to get a big tax return at the end of the year.
So for millennials, let me say this. If you go to one of the big banks, maybe they will charge you a yearly fee. Go to your local neighborhood bank. Most of them don't charge a fee. You can put your money into an account, get a card. After you have your banking card, they will start sending you credit card offers, and that's how you build your fucking credit. It is not that fucking difficult.